Okay, okay, guys. Okay, so we're gonna get started, and honestly, the excitement that I've got for you is crazy. Um, okay, let's get started straight away. Okay, right. Minimize that. Okay, so first of all, Money Mayweather. This is it. Honestly, okay, guys, let's all. I want you guys to actually, make yourselves a promise. Like, take this because there are too many people taking business casually. Okay, you need to get serious with this business. After what I show you today, you're just gonna love it, and I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be serious about this as well. Actually, um, okay, so look, one of the most perfect examples that I like to use is this guy here, Money Mayweather. Okay, everybody sees him on TV and Instagram and social media, and the guy's throwing, bills and he's literally burning money and he's just throwing it around. Everybody likes that success, and everybody's like, "Wow, I want that. I want this. I want what he's having." Recently, he bought the event. Bugatti, that new one that came out, and he was like, you know what, I just, I spent a bit of pocket change, and it's absolutely madness. I follow this guy. I love everything about him, and one thing I love most about this guy is his work ethic. Okay, this is absolutely madness. But the thing is, we have to understand. Look, he did not just get there, overnight. Success didn't come to him overnight. He worked for it for the past 18 years. Every single day, he's been waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we need, for you to have what someone else has got, you need to do what someone else is doing. And we need to have that same hard work mentality, and we need to smash it. Imagine if he stopped after his third year, his fourth year, would he be where he's at right now? So never ever give up. Work hard, and I promise you, it's gonna pay out. Okay, let's get straight into it. So, stages to financial freedom. Okay, all everybody has to do is literally just introduce a few people. Now, this is not hard to do, guys. Come on, honestly. Look, when you introduce your first two people, you're gonna be placed in the automatic tree. Okay, and the company is gonna grow a team for you. So your headache is out of the way straight away. Introduce two people. You're in the automatic tree. You're getting money. Even if you fail, you're gonna be paid basically. So we have some kind of reassurance knowing that even if you don't hit the stars, at least we're gonna fall on the clouds. So when you introduce your two people, you're going to be placed in the automatic tree, and that's what we want. We want first of all to get into the automatic tree. So let's get qualified. Let's get everybody in the team qualified as soon as possible, okay? Because look, this is where the magic happens, okay? See, if everybody just came in and everybody just wanted to qualify, which you should be doing anyway, like think of it business sense. Wouldn't you want to get qualified and get that money accumulating straight away? Of course you would. So everybody wants that. Why are we stopping back? Let's get every single person qualified, because when every single person gets qualified, every single person is making so much more money. Look, honestly, this is the person you in the black, okay? We introduced two people wearing the company's automatic tree. Now look, these guys here, these two here, okay, what do you think they want to do? They want to get into the company's automatic tree as well, right? It's very, very simple. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to introduce two more people, okay? And what do you think those four people are going to do to get into the company's automatic team? They're going to introduce two people each, right? So that's what, eight people there. So very, very simple. Your team is going to grow naturally, okay? This is what I love about this business. It has an incentive for the teams to grow naturally, okay? So look, all we need to do is we need to introduce three people, okay? And I'll show you where to get your people from as well. So all you need to do is introduce three friends, and these three friends, we show them exactly what to do. Get onto the company's automatic tree. That's what they're gonna get into do anyway. Okay, this is the selling point. The main reason is for them to get into the automatic tree. That's what they love, and that's what they're gonna do. So they're gonna introduce two people each. So look, on your second level, you're gonna have six people anyway. Okay, you're gonna have six people. Now you're at free shopping. This is how simple it is. We don't need to overcomplicate anything. This is how simple it is. We just introduce three people and show D-Lot how to get into the automatic tree, and show D-Lot, the rest of D-Lot, how to get into the automatic tree as well, and your team's going to be expanding rapidly, okay? So, hello? Okay. So look, where are we going to get these people from? Okay, so look, everybody has a phone book, right? At least they've got 50, 60 contacts. Yeah, at least 50, 60 contacts. We just need to introduce two people from our phone book. Yeah, everybody has Facebook. We just need to introduce two people from Facebook, just two people from Instagram. Everybody, well, most people work, either it's work or college or whatever, just two people from your employment. If you go gym, try to introduce one person, and total, look, you've got 9 people that you can potentially introduce straight away. Yeah. So look, 9 people, with 9 people, you can get to free shopping yourself if you actually put the work in. Yeah, you can get to free shopping yourself without any single other person introducing anyone else in your business. Okay, this is how simple it is. Now look, all you have to do is at least get 3 people. Okay, Instagram, I found that Instagram is really, really effective and it's worked wonders for me. So I actually love Instagram. Phone book, that's phone book and Instagram for me, they're the best ones. Okay, but obviously don't actually stick to those two. Go for every single thing. Speak to people at work, in gym. Whenever you're going out, speak to all you need to do is speak to people about this opportunity. Okay, because look, if I said to you, okay, I will give you 100 grand salary. Okay, or you know what, I will give you a 50,000 pounds salary every single month, 50 grand a month. Okay, all you have to do is speak to 10 new people. Okay, for about 3 4 weeks. Would you do that? Every single person would do that for 50 grand a month. You would speak to 10 new people every single day. So why are we not doing this? Absolutely madness. If you speak to 10 people a day, in a week you've spoken to 70 people. You present to 30 people, you recruit 15 people. Okay, you're already getting free shopping. So that's what I mean when I say, too many people are taking this business like it's a casual thing. It's not. Honestly, if you put everything into perspective, this is so crazy, and it's so simple, and that's all we need to do. Introduce a handful of people. You know what, forget 9, introduce 5, because those 5 people, that when they come in, what do you think they want to do? They want to do exactly the same thing. They want to get to automatic tree, and then they want to get to free shopping, and naturally the team's going to grow anyway. So for me, like, I went from 5, I went to over 170 in 3 months. Okay, I don't see why anybody else can't do it. All you have to do is just put this business into perspective and just absolutely smash it. Now, okay, guys. Okay, so with the excitement, let's go on to where we're gonna get our people from. Okay, how to approach people. Now, the people that you know. Okay, the people that you need to approach them with excitement, because excitement sells. Okay, now, how I got into network marketing, my friend, my very close friend, he didn't actually have a clue what the hell he was talking about. Okay, he didn't have a clue. He actually sold me the concept through his excitement. He's like, oh, bro, you need to check this out. Oh, man, this is absolutely crazy. We're gonna be rich. Or you know what, we're gonna be making so much money. I know some people, they're making some, silly money, man. I can't believe it. You know what, you need to see this. And he's trying to explain the business presentation to me, but he can't explain it because he literally actually just found out the information the day before. So I knew, look, he was so excited about something. He can't explain it to me. Let me have a look at it myself. Just now. So I had a look at it straight away. I loved it. I fell in love, and I just got on board. So you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Just be excited. That's all you need to do. Be excited with the people that you know, because the excitement will sell it. They're gonna be thinking, "Wow, this guy jumping up and down. I want to have what he's having." You understand? Whatever he's having, I want that as well. Okay, so the people that you don't know, so look, with people that the reason why I put excitement in such big words is because that's the best way to sell it to these guys, people that you know. Get them to a meeting with one of your mentors or myself if I'm free. Get them to a presentation and let them see the opportunity. Okay, and don't be thinking, oh my god, if they don't join, it's the end of the world. It doesn't matter. Can you find 3 people in the UK that don't want to make money from doing shopping, something that they're already doing? Of course you can. So don't worry about it. Just go 100 miles per hour with excitement and just go through these people. And the people that you don't know, I put build rapport as the bigger thing, because first of all, people that you don't know, if you go and you be all excited, they're gonna be thinking this guy's on, this guy smokes more, he's drunk a bit too much today. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to go straight away excited. Oh my God, you're gonna love this and this and that. They don't know what the hell you're talking about. You need to build rapport first, okay? You need to get to know them a little bit, and then obviously show excitement as well. But the bigger and more important thing is to build rapport. You need to get to know that person. Okay, so how are we gonna approach these guys here? Okay, I'll show you how to approach them. I can. No. Phew. Damn, can't sleep sometimes. Okay, so guys, if you for the leaders, every single person that joins, we want to get them the success sheet and we want to get them the social media guide. We want to pass that information documents to them because these are very, very important information that they need to know. Um, because I've spoken to a few of the reps and they were confused as to what the social media guide was. So as soon as everybody joins, what we want to do is we want to first of all, send them the documents to do 2 documents. And what we want them to do in your first one-to-one, we want them to fill out this sheet here, okay? The success sheet. First of all, they're going to write down the reason why they want to make money or why they want to do Life World, and get them to write down, proper real life goals. Not, oh, I want a different car, or I want a pair of Jimmy Choos. You understand? They're materialistic. It doesn't work. Okay, you need to think about life goals. What do you want out of life? Because everybody's going to be working for the rest of their life. You're either studying or you're working for life. Work takes a big part of your life away. You spend more time with your work colleagues than with your family members. Okay, that's how big of a part work is in people's lives. And you need to understand the reason why they're working is for the money. And the reason they want that money is for, goals that they want to achieve, whether, it's whether helping out the family. Like personally for me, I want to retire my family, my brothers, I want to get them out of the restaurant trade. And I wanna make my mom proud. You understand? These are life goals for me. And I'm gonna do anything and everything that I need to do to get my life goals, okay? So if you have real proper goals that you have deep inside and you wanna get them, you're never ever gonna let those goals go. You either achieve those goals or you go back to being average, which is working a 9 to 5 and just your normal box life. You don't want to do that. So you want to put down your real goals, and we're gonna get these goals inshallah through Life Tree World. Okay. Then what they want to do is they want to get their 100 points out of the way, investment straight away. Okay. We want them to invest straight away because, like I said to you guys earlier, if you don't do your points, you're working with a flat tire. Okay, you're not gonna get far. Flat tire is not gonna get you anywhere. So we want to get the points out of the way. Then we know for the rest of the month we need to just focus on expanding our business. So in this bit here, what we want the new recruits to do is actually fill out all the information. Go through your phone book, Facebook, Instagram, with the people that write down the names and write down the numbers, and we're going to approach them. Okay, now the people that we approach, the people that we know, like I said, you need to approach them with excitement. Okay, when you give them a call, you need to be in a rush and you need to be excited. Okay, because if you ring your friend, you be like, hey, hey Sumi, how are you doing? You okay? How's your day? Yeah, listen, how's the family? How's your kids doing? All right, yeah, nice. And then you're just gonna start a conversation about, oh, this happened, and then that person said this, and then that person's going to Pakistan, that person's going to Canada. It's gonna sidetrack you. Okay, we don't want to have a long conversation. The reason why we're having that conversation, the reason why we made that call is simply to get them to set up a meeting for them to see the presentation, and we want to get straight to the point. If you're in a rush, they're going to value your time and they're going to give you straight up answers, okay? They're not going to mess about. So look, tell them, hey, listen, Shana, I've only got a minute. I really need to tell you something. It's really urgent. Okay, they're gonna be like, okay, what is it? Tell them, okay, look, I need to speak to you. It's something really, really important. Okay, and this is gonna have a big change in my life, and I really need to speak to you. And they say, okay, go on. What is it over the phone? Tell them, look, this is something that I need to see you face to face about. Okay, if it's something that I could explain to you over the phone, I would have told you already. I wouldn't have asked you to actually see you in person. So, are you actually free on tomorrow at 6 o'clock? Okay, so before you set up that time with them, you're gonna find out when one of the leaders are free to present for you. You're gonna tell them, look, tomorrow 6 o'clock, I really need to see you, and go sit down with them, and then get them on the phone to the person that's gonna present, and also take your tablet and laptop, whatever, with the presentations there, so they can see the information. Or if they want to actually talk on the phone, tell them, look, I really need you to speak to this person, and get a phone presentation set up. If they say no, I'm not free tomorrow, or I'm not free at the first time, when you ask them the first time, are you free at that time? If they say no, okay, give them another time. Tell them, okay, how about Wednesday at 7 o'clock? If they say, oh, listen, if it's like somewhat mediocre, like if it's like it's not somewhat big that's gonna affect them, listen, can you cancel that for me because I really, really need to see you, okay? Then obviously, if they see that sense of urgency in you, they're gonna be willing to cancel. And you need to put the opportunity across to them. You understand? This is a very, very big opportunity for you. This is gonna change your life, and you need to take it that seriously. So you need to show that to them indirectly because this is how serious it is to you, and they're gonna see you. And if they say, okay, look, I've got my mom's hospital appointment, I really need to take her there. If it's a genuine, like, serious reason, tell them, okay, no problem, I'll speak to you soon, and just put the phone down. That's it. Don't even say anything else. Tell them, listen, I really need to go. I'm in a bit of a rush. I'll speak to you later, and that's it. Just get off the phone. Because then what's gonna happen is they're gonna be curious. They're gonna be thinking, okay, why, that person rang me, they seem like, they really wanted to talk to me, and it seemed like something really urgent. It's gonna bug them, okay? It's gonna Curiosity kills, okay? I'll give you a little story. So this guy comes back from work, and he's really, really tired, okay? And he all he wants to do is he just literally just wants to go to bed. Now he took his shoes off once he got in, and he's going up the stairs. In the living room, he can actually hear his family laughing, and they're having a really good time. Okay, so because he's so tired, he's thought, you know what, forget this, I'm gonna go straight to bed. So he's got into bed. Now he's in that, when you get into bed and you're like really, really comfortable, and you're just about to sleep, you're just about to knock out, okay? He was at that position, he was just about to knock out, but he can hear his family still having a good time, they're laughing, and he's really curious, he wants to know what's going on. Why are they laughing so much? So he got out of his bed, he went downstairs to see what they're doing. They're watching a comedy show. So the moral of the story is, look, even if people are in the most comfortable zone, curiosity will kill them. It's gonna eat them away. Okay, so that's what it is. Just get off the phone. They're gonna be curious. They're gonna be ringing you. Listen, I can meet you. Just saying, I've cancelled that whatever I'm doing. I can meet you. Let's meet up. Okay, they're gonna be willing to meet up with you. It's simple as that. So curiosity kills. That's a big, big lesson. Um, and also, these are the people that okay, you don't need to use that script. You can approach them in many different ways. Your relationship with that person. Like, for example, some of my mates, I can call them and I can swear at them, and I can tell them, listen, get out your house right now. You understand? And they'll get out their house. Okay. So you need to work on that relationship that you have with that person. Use that approach. If that's going to work for you, use that approach. It's really, really good. This is a good framework, but also, the people that you do know, how, how good of a relationship that you have. Okay, so how much of a good relationship that you have. Work on that relationship and get them to the meeting, get them to see the presentation as soon as possible. Another thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to ring them and be so excited. Hey, listen, Shanna, oh my god, I can't believe it. Listen, I found a way that we can make some serious money. All we need to do is do a bit of shopping, introduce a few people. They're going to introduce a few other people. We're going to get residual income. We're going to be rich. We're going to be making 10 grand, 50 grand, 30 grand. It's going to be crazy. They're gonna be thinking, are you serious? Like 10, 15 grand a month. Like, what are you on about? Do you know what I mean? They're just gonna be thinking, this person's deluded. They're probably, they're high or something. They're just gonna get off the phone. And you don't want to tell that person the movie, because if I tell you the story, if I tell you what happens in a movie, are you gonna go and watch that movie? You're gonna be thinking, nah, forget it. I might as well go somewhere else, watch somewhere else. So don't tell them the movie. you know just get a time, and just set up a meeting with them. That's all you need to do. Do not tell them anything about the movie. Let them come and watch the movie for themselves. They're going to see the information, because once the person sees the facts for itself, and they know how the business works, they're going to be on board. I promise you this, they're going to be on board. When the co-founders, they said this: there are only two types of people that will not do this business. Okay, one type of people is the type that didn't understand this properly. They didn't actually understand the information that were given to them. And the second type of people who are crazy. Okay, the people who have like mental issues. Like, I'm not talking, in a funny way. I'm talking about people that can't really they're not normal basically. So this opportunity is so good, is so fresh. Anybody that sees this and that understands how this business works, they should be on board straight away. Okay. Now what we want to do is, the reason for these training sessions is to show our representatives the excitement and show them how the business works. Okay. So what we want to do is, we want to make sure everybody's coming to training, because when everybody knows how this business works, everybody's going to be making a lot of money. So when our representatives first joins the business, we want to get them to fill out this success sheet. Okay, now they're gonna have people that they can approach straight away. They know where the business is going, and they're just gonna go and whack that list out. And also, what you want to do is, you wanna keep that list. Okay, have a continuous list. Amateurs keep it in the head. Professionals, they write it down. Okay, write that list down and keep it there. And every single day, add new people, because once you go through the phone book, you're gonna have other people that you see on the streets that you actually know. Um, but you didn't put them on the list, so make sure you continue that list. And then the other guide that you want to do is the social media guide. Now on social media, like I said, you need to build rapport first, and then you approach the opportunity. This is a rough guide as to how you're going to approach them. Okay, this is not the perfect guide, but it's a very good guide. Okay, look at it, familiarize yourself with it, and then just because when you know how to approach people, you can approach more people. You know, when you know how to do something, you're going to be willing to do it, and it's going to be easier and easier for you. Okay, so first of all, this is what I do, and I think it's really effective. So when I go on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or wherever that I use, I find something that I can complement with. Okay, so I look at their profile and I find something that I can, say nice about them, whether it's their pictures or whether it's their dress sense or whether it's, they're motivated. So I'm gonna be like, hey, you've got a really nice profile. And also another thing that you can do is, if you guys haven't realized, on Instagram, you can actually, when you go to their profile, find the picture that you like, you can forward that picture directly to them and then make a comment about that picture. That's a conversation starter. So, if you see a funny picture, forward that to them, like, oh, this is so funny. Your profile is really nice. Where are you from? Just start getting to know that person. Another thing about girls is, look, with girls, you guys have so much more potential than us guys, because you lot get DMs after DMs after DMs. Guys are constantly private messaging you, so you can take advantage of that. Start talking to them, have a genuine conversation, and then approach them with this business. Okay. So approach them with this business, because you girls have people that are approaching you, whereas us guys, we have to go and approach other people. Okay, so take advantage of that. Take advantage of the direct messages. Get to know them. Build a profile with them. Create rapport, and then you can actually hit them with this. Okay, so then you can ask them about what they do for a living. There are a few things that you can ask them: family, occupation, recreation, what they do, in their social life. I don't need to tell you guys how to get to know a person. Just get to know them, and then you've got more things that you can talk about, and more things that you can actually use. Get them to see the business presentation. So, hey, what do you do for a living? Blah blah blah. Tell them what you do as well. So what do you do for a living? I work, I study. All right, okay. What are you studying? How are you finding it? Make it relatable. Have a genuine conversation, and the most important thing is to be yourself. Okay, be yourself, because no one likes to talk to people that are fake. Okay, fake people. I don't like to talk to fake people. I'm like, you know what? Just be yourself. Some of the reps that I'm talking to, like, I'm just myself, and they just themselves, and this is crazy. This is good. You understand? Be yourself with that person. You're getting to know that person. I'd rather get to know someone personally than have this all kind of be professional all the time and stuff like that. So get to know that person. Get to know what they do for a living. Don't straight away say, oh, so you're doing that for a job. Listen, let me show you something else. Continue talking. You know, um, so what do you do for a living? How are you finding it? They're gonna say, most people will say, oh, I hate it. I'm looking for somewhere else, or it's all right. It pays okay. But you're getting information now that you can actually approach them with later. So carry on the conversation. Um, how you finding your job and stuff like that. and then you're going to use the if I could, would you box. Okay, this is the if I could, would you box. Okay, so let's say I've spoken to that person, we've had a chat, and then earlier they said to me, I'm working full time and I hate my job. Okay, so the person's working full time, they hate their job, so I'm going to say, hey, listen, I really need to get off. Okay, um, but before I go, earlier you said, you hate your job and you're working full time. If I could show you a way you're earning full time income from doing something you're already doing, is that something that you'd be willing to take a look at? And what do you think the response is going to be? Okay, yes, what is it? Okay, cool. Look, I really need to go right now. Why don't we exchange numbers? Okay, this is going to be easy for girls. Why don't we exchange numbers? And what I can do is I can actually WhatsApp you, because I'm not always on Instagram. I can WhatsApp you, or I'm not always on Facebook. I can WhatsApp you, and we can actually, have a conversation. Or I'll get someone, one of the experts that's actually doing this. They're making a lot of money and they're having a lot of success to actually speak to you and tell you what it is. That's it. And then once you've exchanged numbers, find the time that they're free and then set up a presentation. Okay, so let's say, for example, if someone's working part-time and they say they hate their hours. Okay, so they're working part-time, they hate their hours, so I'm going to go for this box here. So if I could show you a way you can earn almost full-time income working the hours that you want from doing something you're already doing, is that something that you'd be willing to take a look at? And more than likely the answer is going to be yes. Okay, then you'll be like, okay, fantastic, listen, I really need to go, I need to head off to a meeting, or I really need to go, rush off, but can we exchange numbers so I can actually send you some more information? That's it, and just exchange numbers and then start talking to them and then get them set up a
Mm.
presentation. That's literally what you're doing. So let's say, okay, Sumi, hello.
Hiya,
Hiya. Okay. Sumi, at the moment, what do you do, like, for work? What do you do for a living?
I'm a full-time mom.
You're a full-time mom. Okay, cool. So ideally what you'd like is basically an income around, your current commitments. Would I be right in saying
Yep.
that? Okay, cool. So if I could actually show you a way you can make, a full-time income just putting in spare time hours, around your current, like, your family life and everything like that, is that something that you'd be willing to take a look at?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Okay, excellent. So what we can do, I really need to get off. I'm in a bit of a rush. I actually need to go to a meeting right now. Can we exchange numbers so I can actually, share the information with you because I'm not actually always on Instagram. Is that okay with you?
Mm, yeah, sure. Sounds good.
All right, excellent, cool. Yeah, so what's your number? Here's my number, exchange details, and that's it. And then start talking to them and get a time and a presentation set up. Okay. So let's say if someone says, I'm working full time and I love my job. Okay, this is gonna be like 1 in 100. Okay, this is very, very rare. I've actually not come across anyone that said to me, I'm working full time and you know what? I'm loving life. I love my work. I can't wait to wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock and get to work and spend the rest of my day at work with my work colleagues rather than my family, or go out or have a life. I love my job. You can say, okay, I love my job too. Okay, but would you be open-minded to make an extra income from doing what you're already doing? Okay. See, look, if somebody's already doing something and they can make money from it and they didn't know they can make money from doing it and they're already doing it,
Mm.
they're gonna be they want to know more, right? They want more money. Everybody wants more money, so they want to know more. So this chart is very, very effective, guys. Please familiarize yourself with it, because once you know how to actually, use the if I could show you a way, would you, your life is going to get so much more easier and you'll be able to actually exchange so many more numbers, and you're gonna have better results. Okay, you're gonna have way better results, because right now what we're having is people that don't actually know how to approach, or even if they get someone interested, they don't actually know how to, like, close the deal basically, and exchange the details and everything like that to set up a presentation. So, get yourselves familiar with this chart, and before you know it, number one thing is, approaching people. So this is how it is, approaching people. Number two is just doing the presentation. What we want to do is what we want to do is we want everybody to start learning how to present as soon as possible. Okay, so guys, focus on this. Okay, focus on what I'm saying to you because it's more important. Okay, so look, what we want to do is we want to start presenting ASAP because once we start utilizing these techniques in the training, okay, once we start utilizing these techniques, I'm telling you, you're gonna have so many more presentations, and we need more people. We need more people in the team to be able to do more presentations, okay? Because imagine this, imagine if you had a prospect that was really, really interested, but because you weren't free, because you weren't, free to present, or your mentor wasn't free to present, that prospect is gone. You've had that one chance and they're gone now. Okay, even if you can't present properly, it doesn't matter. If they're interested, sit down with them and go through the information with them and tell them, look, I'm actually really new into this, because and I just want to share this information with you. I'm actually quite new into this. I'm going to give you the best information I can. Okay, any questions that you have, answer me. Or if you feel like you want to speak to my mentor or anything like that, I can get you in touch with someone who's actually making a lot of money from this. Okay, so don't never ever actually cancel a presentation just because no one else is there to present you, because at the end of the day you have to understand, look, leaders get leaders wage and followers get followers wage. If you're going to be a follower, you're always going to be that follower. You're always going to be chasing this and chasing that. You want to be a leader as soon as possible. Okay, and you want to know how to present and how to recruit. Okay, how to approach people, basically. That's all it is. So get to familiarize yourself with the presentation. It's so simple, and let's get more people presenting, because when we work together as a team and everybody's presenting, everybody's team is going, building a lot quicker. There's more momentum, there's more production, more people are making money, and everybody's happy. Do you understand? So let's do that. Um, okay, so at this point, I'm gonna stop recording the presentation, and we're gonna do a question and answer session. You guys can type in your questions and I'll answer you. So I'll stop the recording because I'm gonna upload this on my YouTube channel and my other channels. So more people, we can send this to more people who aren't available, or who aren't available, when I'm not available to get this, give this training, or if, say, for example, another leader wants to do the training. It's a learning tool, basically. You can actually learn from this as well. Excellent.